Python Essentials 1 Module 1 quiz. A namespace is a name with a space with a name, a space in which names exist. It is a space in which your functions, variables, or classes names exist. If you want to import py from math, which line will you use? So py is a function or maybe a variable. You want to import from a module here, and math is a module. And in that case, you should use syntax from module import whatever you're importing, an object. So from math import py. Which one of the following is true? Modules can contain modules, modules can contain packages, packages can contain modules, and this is the right option. Package is a collection of modules, so packages can contain multiple modules in them. What can you do to indicate that a module entity should be treated as private? Okay, so you have something in your module, maybe a variable or function or whatever, and you want this to be treated as private. Python doesn't really have the proper private concept, so it is only able to hide a little bit things from being used externally. So this is not correct. This is not the prefix is used. It will use either this or this prefix to indicate that. And single underscore is just a convention which is used by programmers to indicate that, okay, this entity is just for internal use. And this underscore comes as a prefix, so it should come in the beginning of the name of the entity. And the double underscore, it has a little bit more of implementation. Interpreter actually mangles names which come with double underscore in front of them, and adds the class name or the class name in front of them in a specific way to like really make sure they are unique in the namespace. Okay. A PWG-led repository collecting open source Python code is called. So PWG, I think it stands for Python Work Group or Python Working Group. And their repository is the primary and main Python repository is called PyP. Yeah, so it is not the only one. There are others, but this is the primary one and used by default. PyP is often referred to as software store, whatever it is, cheese shop. So this is a reference to a Monty Python sketch, cheese shop, where an Englishman comes to a cheese shop and tries to order different sorts of cheese, not being able to because apparently they are out of stock. The name PEEP comes from internal packager peripheral interchange program, package inside package. This option is correct. So PEEP is a recursive acronym, right? Which stands for PEEP install packages, and PEEP in this acronym stands for PEEP installs packages and so on. What is true about PEEP? We need to select two answers. There are two different PEEP implementations, one for Python 2 and the other for Python 3. This is correct. And when you type PEEP, by default, it could either kind of use PEEP for Python 2 or for Python 3 in case you have both Python 2 and Python 3 installed on the system. It's always available because it's installed along with Python. In many cases, it is installed along with Python, but not every time. Sometimes it may be missing, maybe missed out of the system. It is a command line tool, that's correct, and it is not a graphic user interface tool. What you use, when you use pip to install a package that requires one or more dependencies, then. So what pip does, it actually kind of resolves everything for you. Let's just find an option. The package will install all the dependencies during its first run. No, package doesn't do that. Pip manages all that. You'll have to install all the dependencies. No, you'll have to install all dependencies. No, neither before or after. Uh, pip will take care of everything by itself. And that's correct. Pip is a package manager. And when it installs a package, it automatically resolves all the dependencies for this package, downloads everything what is needed, and installs everything. And the last question is, which of the following commands will you use to determine your pip version? Select 3 answers. Okay, so this is definitely yes. Um, this is what I would use normally, but we need to select even 2 more. I suspect that other options would come from some like pip or Python installations, some operating systems, which I'm not as much familiar with. I will have, I think, to choose 2 out of these. So I could probably tell that I have never seen that syntax, like with 3 minus signs. I haven't seen this anywhere. It could be done like that. It could be probably done like that. These are, I suspect, not very common, but could be found in some systems. So I think, as I have to select 3 answers, I will have to go with this selection. Okay, let's check.